Hello friends, this video we're gonna be going through Call of Duty World at War. We're gonna be playing all the zombies maps, and then we're gonna rank them 1 through 4, and then S through F tier. This is gonna be a little short video, and hope you enjoy. Have a good day. So we're playing the first map ever made in Call of Duty Zombies, Nocturne Totem. This map has been remade like 3 times, maybe more if you include parts of it in like separate maps, not like just this whole map's remade. This map is the first zombies map, so it does not have pack punch, and it doesn't even have perks yet. That will come at a later date. Where is the last zombie? This map is known. You kind of just lose zombies. They kind of take forever to get to where they need to be. That you open up the cabinet, and then you get a scoped Car 98, which is the only way you can get this. You have this door closed. You have to have this door closed. And then you can actually run around this room and make a little train for yourself once they all kind of come in. Usually how this goes is you kind of be, I don't know, a couple friends will be defending the windows right here. So this window, that window, and a little bit of this window. And then you guys will basically be protecting that staircase. Most of the zombies will come down that staircase. And then once it gets a little too hectic in the later rounds, you kind of just gonna be moving around. And yes, the ray gun has insane splash damage in this game. Okay, so I was thinking about this. Nocturne Totem is a great map, but it's not the best map. It's the first map ever made. It has some fun aspects because it's close quarter. I was gonna give it a B, but I have to drop it down to a C. And it's mostly just because of how bare bones it is. Like, it does have that nostalgic vibe, and it's fun to play every once in a while, but it's not gonna be anything different from one playthrough or the next playthrough. And because of that, I think it has to stay at a C level. If you all go to your separate corners, you're basically just all by yourself, and it kind of feels like you're not even playing with your friends. As in on other maps, you're gonna have to interact with your friends, and you're gonna have to see them. This is one of the biggest maps, I would say, as in like this room and like how it divides you up.
Sorry, zombie.
So for that, I would definitely kind of not give it a good grade. Because I remember playing that, like, one dude would be over here all by himself, and then everyone else would be in their separate little areas. And occasionally, you're like, how you had to play with your friends is like you have to train over there, just kind of say hi.
This is gonna jack those freak bags up.
And that's what this does. Isn't that weird? It doesn't even like give you a red screen, it just kills you. Oh yeah, so that's Shinuma. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're gonna move on to Shinuma, which is a fun map, and I think I'm gonna give it a B. And mostly keep in mind this is just for this game, and that's mainly because it has the perks, which is awesome. They're randomized, so that kind of gives you an aspect of like what you're gonna get, and you kind of have to figure that out. And you might have really bad luck, or you might have really good luck, and it changes the whole outcome of your match. I don't think it's gonna be A or S, but mainly because of how separated you are with your friends. If you play this co-op, you're never gonna see each other really, because you're gonna be on the other sides of the map, and you can't really interact with each other. Okay, we got an MP40. That's decent. So usually how I would play this is leave this door closed and then have that open and then kind of play in that hallway. Which I'm gonna go back and then show you that. And then hopefully we can get Jug. You kind of leave, I guess you can leave this door open, but that kind of cuts you off from the box. So you'll leave that room open. You just have to protect the staircase. And then you can really hold down this little area. That window becomes kind of a problem since it's like always behind you. And then this hallway you could really work out if you leave this door closed. So there's a lot of interesting strategies. I'm pretty sure this is the first map that wouldn't have perks, which is really nice to have. Like, let's get this, just to show it off. Heck yeah. OG badass double tap is awesome. But I think the spawns on this map, especially once you get higher up and you actually get a little bit more equipped, they're fantastic. You're always going to be a little bit active. There's no real lull. And then that's how I die. Looking at some guy's boots. Verrucht, I think, is an A tier for this game because it provides so many different ways to do things, like strategies. Like every single room, you can find a way to hold out for a high round. And how you have to work as a team to get the power on and figure out which doors you want to open, which doors you don't want to open, or hey, we're going to open all the doors, so we have to be on the same page that we're going to train around this map. Or hey, you go over here to the showers, or you go over there to the other side of the map by Quick Revive. And it also has perks, so it's gives you that. Another cool thing I was thinking about because of this map is if you're on the other side of the room or other side of the map, like looking over, you can actually see your friends doing stuff. And I think this is the only map you can really kind of do that, besides like the Rise, because the map's made out of like a square. You can actually like, I don't know, you don't feel so alone as if you were playing Shinonuma, and you're not shoulder to shoulder like you are with Noct. So next up, and very last, is Derize. Or Derice. This is one of the best all-around maps, and people still come back to it today. If you want to play some Nazi zombies in World at War, this is the map you play. It has everything you could ever want. It has perks. It has even Pack-a-Punch, which is right here. It has some objectives you can actually do. You have to link all this stuff. This is a fun map to play. There's cute little Easter eggs. There's the teddy bear in the spotlight there. And then once we get started, I'll show you how to actually do all this Pack-a-Punch stuff. The setup on this map is pretty easy. It's not too difficult.
Enough! Power's out. Let's get turned back on. Hoorah.
Also, that clicking noise that you hear when you play this game is actually coming from the clock. And the scary thing about nukes in World at War is they can still hit you, even if you get the nuke. Let's pack this. Oh, I love it. What is this? The gut? Something gut, right?
That's what I need.
Gut
More
shot.
fucking firepower.
Yeah. Now we can work on buying
Free
perks.
dogs. Bring it on.
And last but not least, we have Derize. And that has to be S tier for this map, and then even going forward. It's such a classic piece of Call of Duty Zombies history. It has the perks. It has Pack a Punch. Uh, there's different avenues you could take to hold off the zombie horde. Most people do the catwalk and stay near that teleporter. Uh, some people train this. Um, it also has like a little Easter egg, which like none of the other maps have. So there's like even an aspect of like, hey, I'm kind of getting bored here running around killing zombies. Hey, let's go do that Pack a Punch Easter egg so we can hear Samantha and play hide and seek. Um, Even the remakes of this map are great, and there's a reason why people always come back to this map and play. So if you load up this game, what map is it gonna be? Think about it, right? Even in your session of playing that game, what map are you gonna play? It's gonna be Doris. It's gonna be the Giant. It's gonna be one of those maps that you have to play. Sure, you might check out Shinanuma, you might check out Rocked. You're definitely gonna be a knocked session, but what's the first map you're gonna play? What's the last map you're gonna end on? It's this one. And why is that? Because it's fun. You can get high rounds without sitting in a corner with a flamethrower or using a trap to get those high rounds. It's fun to play with your friends. You can move around and do stuff. You can have some strategy. It's a classic map, and that's why everyone goes back to it.